It's a question that has divided comic fans for decades. When two of Marvel's most powerful heavy hitters step into the ring, Captain Britain and Wonder Man, who's really packing the power punch. Now, on paper, these two don't have much in common. One's a supercharged knight of Arthurian legend, wielding the mystical might of Otherworld. The other is a Hollywood stuntman turned superhero with an ionic energy makeover, ready to tear through pretty much anything put in his path. But sometimes it's less about who's flashier and more about who can leave the biggest dent in the bad guy, or, in this case, in each other. Let's set the stage. Simon Williams' Wonder Man was never meant to be a hero. Originally, a businessman with several poor choices and a large grudge, he wound up being a guinea pig for Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil. The result? His entire body is infused with ionic energy, making him more or less invulnerable, stronger than steel, and, at times, not even fully alive in the traditional sense. Gone is the frail company man. Here stands a juggernaut who routinely trades blows with the likes of Thor. Enter Brian Braddock, a.k.a. Captain Britain. Brian was your average physics student until Merlina Literal. Arthurian wizard offered him a choice: the amulet of right or the sword of might. He chose the amulet. And with it, not just super strength and speed, but the weight of protecting all of Great Britain from mystical, multiversal, and above all weird threats. Over the years, his powers have been rewritten, retuned, sometimes just plain broken, depending on what Otherworld's magic is doing that week. Now, let's talk strength raw. Unfettered, knock down, drag out strength. Wonder Man benches airliners like it's a hobby. Captain Britain has, at his peak, stopped a falling cliff with his bare hands and thrown punches through dimensional barriers. But for Wonder Man, super strength was the baseline, gift from science, not magic, making him consistent, reliable, and, in almost any standard fight, a powerhouse. But that isn't the whole story. Because the thing about Captain Britain is that he's unpredictable. His power is tied directly to his confidence and his connection to the very land of Britain itself. When he's standing on home turf, fueled by national pride and a touch of Arthurian grace, there are times he's punched out dragons, tanked full-on magical artillery, and even held up the crumbling London Eye single-handedly. Wonder Man, though, doesn't need that mystic battery. His ionic form is his trump card. He's shrugged off hits from Hulk, matched Thor blow for blow, taken energy blasts that would vaporize most superhumans, and walked away with little more than a torn sleeve. The two sound evenly matched, right? Let's put them together. In some alternate Marvel reality, because the multiverse loves these unlikely matchups, so imagine the scene. Battered city. Sky lit orange, both standing toe-to-toe, and the only thing breaking the silence is the crunch of debris under their feet. It starts textbook a handshake, a mutual nod, and then, faster than you'd expect, Wonder Man explodes into action. Years of Avenger training kick in. He throws a haymaker that knocks Captain Britain halfway down the block. Braddock barely has time to right himself before Wonder Man's already in the air, slamming down with the force of a meteor. But here's the trick. Captain Britain always gets up. Always. And the longer the fight drags on, especially with him still on British soil, his powers surge. The mystic field around him ignites. He starts giving as good as he gets. Energy crackles, the air shimmers, and suddenly Wonder Man isn't just fighting a man, he's fighting a walking, talking, magical nuke. The city shakes, glass explodes from towers. Two titans, trading blows that would atomize any normal human. And as Captain Britain's confidence grows, so does his strength matching, even exceeding Simon's best hits. But Wonder Man isn't a quitter, can go for days without tiring. His ionic energy is virtually endless. Even with Captain Britain's magic in full tilt, every punch Wonder Man throws lands with a seismic bang. Who leads the power punch, physically? Wonder Man's the king of the long game in yielding, consistent, never letting up. His blows are pure, ionic furious science project gone right, if there's such a thing. But moment by moment, with magic in play and momentum on Brian's side, Captain Britain's haymakers can literally shake the fabric of reality. His punches can distort magic, push through dimensions, and leave even the hardest Avenger reeling. In a battle of attrition, Wonder Man's unwavering energy has the edge. But when that mystical boost is at its peak, and Braddock remembers exactly who he's fighting for an instant, the title of Marvel's big hitter shifts. A punch from Captain Britain, brimming with the hopes and history of a nation, could send anyone, even the ionic powerhouse himself, crashing through the next universe. In the end, it's less about who hits hardest overall, and more about who lands the punch at the perfect moment. Science or sorcery, pick your side. In the world of comic book clashes, that's what keeps us watching.